Hello everyone and welcome to our November and December 2019 newsletter for ITM, APM, TCR and ICAM products. This newsletter will be the final newsletter for 2019 and by February we are going to publish our first newsletter for 2020. In today's newsletter, as usual, we're going to discuss tech notes and blogs about each of those products, but at the beginning I'm going to mention the new home page for the support posts and blogs that we're going to be using. I mentioned the last newsletter. I am going to show it to you again in this newsletter, along with a blog explaining what's going to be published in this new support homepage. As well as I'm going to discuss some blogs about why cases might be cancelled on Salesforce and the last solution given date and time entry on Salesforce. Finally, I'm going to discuss as well some the ICAM and the APM Developer Center website, where all the updates about those products is going to be published on, and I'm going to provide all the links for those blogs below. Moving on, I'm going to mention some technical blogs that has been published. Not all of them, but I'm going to spot the light on some of them. And as well, you are going to find a lot more in the newsletter published below. Of course, I'm going to mention some tech notes as well for APM, and going to discuss some APORs as well, along with some APM downloads and fixes that has been released recently. So let's begin. So to start with our first blog for today, as I mentioned, the migration that happened for all of our technical blogs has been migrated from IBM Hybrid Cloud Support to our new support tool. So this blog explains everything related to this migration and what exactly are the things that has been migrated and how can you find it. And if you scroll down, those are the blogs that you might have bookmarked for your reference before, to look for any technical support in those 5 subjects. So for now, if you have them still bookmarked, they should be redirected to our new support portal. And even though I would recommend to come and have a look at those 2 sites where you can directly find all of our new technical blogs that would be published from now on. So the first, if you click on the IPM support portal, it will take you over here. You can literally just search any topic that you'll be looking for, APORs, any specific blog that you would be interested in. The second website as well that would work with you. So those are the 2 new support sites that you should bookmark for your future reference. The blog as well mentions that all the non-technical blogs related to the support experience, from new programs, tools and AI, thoughts, leadership events and interviews, will be through IBM Support Insider. So that will be the site if you are interested in staying up to date with all the announcements or anything related to IPM support. So maybe bookmark this website as well and follow us on Twitter. And moving on, those would be all the products or the platforms that will be supported on our new site. So have a read of this blog. Please find it below in the newsletter. And yeah, I hope you will find it helpful. Next in our list will be the IBM Cloud app management or APM. So if you're an APM or an ICAM customer, so this website would help you a lot to find all the new releases or the new updates on those two products. So you'll find the link as well attached in the newsletter below. Moving on to our next item on our list today would be some reasons for why the case could be cancelled on Salesforce. So if you have faced a case cancellation before, so you might need to come and read this blog. It explains a little bit more about why cases could be cancelled on when a customer raises it. Maybe because the customer wasn't responsive, so he didn't respond for a case for a while, or he's not willing to follow the support recommendations, so or the customer contact details is not accurate. So that means that the customer wouldn't obviously get the response from us. Maybe the case was duplicated for some reason. There's exactly the same case with us and the case is still open, so this could be a reason as well that the case is cancelled. So you might need to come and read some more about case cancellation in this blog to know why cases might be cancelled. Second blog for Salesforce as well would be the last solution given date entry. So some customers had a question about what's the meaning of the last solution given field on Salesforce. Actually, the answer would be that the last solution given wouldn't exactly mean that the support had had provided the final solution for the case, but it could be a recommended solution that the support would provide at the beginning, and then we will build on it. So it doesn't mean that the case is closed or that's the final solution for the case. So as you can see here in the end, the last solution given date and time is updated more than once if the initial solution provided doesn't resolve the problem. So that's an issue that has been raised previously, but don't really worry about the last solution given date and time field. Your case wouldn't be ignored after that. Moving on to a technical blog as well that was published in early November last year, and the question is how to verify what table uses which table space in the data warehouse. So this blog provides step-by-step guidance on how to answer this question. For various reasons, of course, database and database tuning, there is a need to verify what table space uses which what table uses which table space. So you will need to switch user to DB2, of course, just to mention that it's applicable for any data warehouse and DB2 version. If you follow these steps, you should be able to solve your problem. Moving on to our next item in our list today is to how to easily pull a list of situations, of course from ITM. So for this problem, there's two solutions that has been provided in this blog, either by exporting simply exporting the situations into a CSV file by right-clicking on the table and selecting export. And that would be from the TEMS situation definition query. And the second item would be a script. The second solution would be a script using tacmd commands. Just to note that there is no support for this script. It's just an example that you might need to build on it a little bit, especially for your different environment. Moving on to our next item would be a TCR related plug, and it's a question about how do you associate a group in Active Directory with a TCR group so that you can avoid the need of TCR authorization for each new user. And it would be simply by running this stackmd command, this command, and using those flags. Hopefully it will work with you and you'll get this successful message to make sure that it worked. Last item in this section for item would be the new release of Fixpack 5 for VMware VI Agent, and this plug explains it and explains what are the problems that have been solved with each and every APR number that has been solved in this release, and with some new enhancements. So if you are using this agent, so please come and find this plug and have a good read of it. It explains and it has all the links that is required to download the new release. Moving on to our next plug for today will be APM installing agents as a non-root user. So to make sure first that you can install agents on APM without being a root user, you have to uniquely identify the computer system, and there's some steps that you need to make sure that they are installed correctly. For example, this command, and if it's not installed, you'll have to confirm that this file in this directory exists and contains the computer system UUID, and the user who installs the Linux OS agents has read access to this file as well. So if those two steps can't be completed, then ensure that the host name are the fully qualified, returns the fully qualified host name. If just the host name without the domain then is displayed, then you can set the fully qualified name by entering host name and then the fully qualified name. That would solve your problem. So please, if you're interested in such a plug and you have a lot of users that they are not root, of course, and then you want to give them the access to install agents on APM, come check this plug out. Our next plug for today would be a question about how to limit response time CPU usage. And in this plug over here, it explains it in detail, and it remarks some remarks that you will need to take care of while setting the parameters needed to try to limit the CPU usage for the response time agent. Next in our list for today would be a vulnerability of Mozilla Firefox less than 60.7.2, and it's affected the synthetic agent version 8.1.4 intern fix 7, and it has over here all the vulnerability details and the description for this specific vulnerability on Firefox and how to address it. Moving on to our next section for today would be the APOs section. Most of those APOs are still open, they are kind of still new. Well, if you're interested in those APOs and you're looking for a solution for this problem, then just keep an eye on them and hopefully a solution will be provided soon. The first one for today would be IJ20981, and this APOR is regarding the IP addresses. Workspace doesn't show secondary IP addresses, and it's open as I mentioned, and the problem description would be that from the title it's simply the secondary IP addresses is not shown in the in the IP addresses workspace, and it's a simple one. There's no work around it. There's no fix provided until now. Well, as I said, if you are interested in this APR, then keep an eye on it. The second one will be IJ2723, and with the title of deleted subnodes reappear on Thames restarts. And this specific APR is on ITM 630 fixpack 7, and the problem is when the Thames is recycled and the agents is still running, the agents lose connection to the Thames, and when it reconnects, the subnode is getting re-registered. Noting that if the agent is restarted, the re-register to the subnode doesn't occur, and that's the issue. And there's some details over here regarding this APR. There's no work around it, but hopefully a fix for it will be provided soon. Moving on to some updates and releases for the APM, and the first release that we have for this newsletter would be on 8.1.4 APM Core Framework Intern Fix 14, and it was released on the 3rd of December. And this blog explains all the details regarding the release and what are the fixes that has been addressed, and what are the enhancements, if any. And it also has the details on how to install this intern fix. So if you're interested in this intern fix, or maybe you have some problems that you would like to be fixed, then please come and check this blog. Our second release and update for today will be on the OS Agent Intern Fix 6, and it was released the 4th of December. And this blog, as usual, also contains all the enhancements and links to direct you how to install this new release. Finally, and the last release would be on the APM Synthetic Playback Agent, and it's Intern Fix 10, released on the 26th of November. And this one, as well as the previous two, the platform will be on the Linux and the 64-bit environment, and this blog addresses all the prerequisites to install this intern fix. So please, if you are using this agent and you are facing a problem, so maybe you can check this out and check if it would solve the problem that you are facing. And finally, thank you all for listening for this newsletter, and hopefully you found it helpful. Please, if you have any questions or suggestions, maybe you can leave it in the comments on the YouTube channel, and speak to you on our next newsletter. Thank you.
Thank you for watching this video from the IBM Academies. We really appreciate your feedback, so please feel free to use the comments box below. If you enjoyed this video, we would love you to check the thumbs up button. We have added several helpful links to the comments box which will take you straight to our blogs and other videos. Thanks again for watching.